Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. It is a little after 4 a.m. Friday night, early Saturday morning. I have got Volcanic Eruptor here. As you can see, I haven't gotten to do a whole heck of a lot with this guy, which is a shame because he's the special 3DS character. Reason for that, there's just so many characters in Swap Force. It is a little overwhelming when you actually play them. Now, in the case of Eruptor, I'm very familiar with the guy. We've got Series 1, we've got Series 2 from Giants, and then of course that was accompanied by a Light Core, so know the guy very well. Really enjoyed him in SSA though, for what it's worth. Just he's one of those characters, he's kind of one of the faces of the franchise really, but I don't know, he's one of the first characters, I saw and associated with the game. Kind of has that same nostalgic spot as like a Stump Smash, Boomer, they were just kind of like these little creatures that came to life in SSA, and so he'll always have a soft spot for it. But what I'm going to do here, I have taken our Series 3 Lava Barf Eruptor, and I've taken him through his base upgrades. He's ready to just drop in here and pick a path. Volcanic Eruptor, I think I know what I'm going to do with him. I guess before we get going here, primary attack is called Lava Lob. It does 26 to 39 damage. My critical numbers are skewed now because of the charm, so just take my word for it. The eruption is pretty cool. I'm anxious to see what it looks like with this guy actually. Okay, so same thing. It's going to do 16 to 24 damage. It takes roughly 2 seconds. You don't actually hold A or anything. You just tap it and then he just kind of charges it up. The thing is, the number of times it's going to do 16 to 24 damage depends on how close you are to the enemy. For example, if I stand right here, we can probably get 4 or 5. That was actually 5, and then if I'm back over here, we got 2. So I think I made my point there for you. That said, I'll be able to just breeze through the easy. Only one I don't really know is Fiery Remains, for the simple fact I can't test it here. But the good news is it doesn't change. So I'll be able to backtrack and fill it in on the spreadsheet for you. Spreadsheet will be available on oneofwisdom.com. Take the link at the top of the video description box. Now, Fiery Remains. I'm sorry, not Fiery Remains. I'm one off there on the spreadsheet. Big Blob Lava Throw for 320. Bear in mind I've got the 18 Wing Sapphires full discount. Lava blobs get bigger and do increased damage. This is going to take the damage from 26 to 39 to 30 to 45. Not a huge increase, but basically for every 2 you fire off, you're going to be doing 60 to 90, and that is pretty good. Fiery Remains 448. Lava blobs leave behind pools of flame when they hit the ground. Now, where this comes in handy is if you're battling a really tough enemy and they happen to wander through it as you're retreating from them, or it pretty much will take care of the small, weak, garden variety enemies like the Chompy. I've been playing Xbox. Oh, Jesus, it's going well. When I play Xbox, you hear me complain of how the control is flipped, A and B, X and Y, and I've kind of gotten used to that because I played Minecraft the last 2 nights, and now I'm hitting the wrong buttons on the Wii U. It's amazing that subtle little difference makes. But anyway, we're going to grab this. I've already talked about it. I just have to hit the A button, not the B button. Alright, next up is Eruption Flying Tephra for 576. Lava balls shoot out while performing the eruption attack. Now, the way I get this one, there's 10 to 15 damage, and then it's really hard for me to count the balls in real time. I'm thinking in the video I might be able to, but I'm thinking it's like roughly 6, possibly 8. Quite a few of them, though. They won't all make contact, of course, unless you're like being ambushed, but this is one of those things you can't complain about the excess quantity. Now, one of my personal favorite upgrades for Eruptor, and I remember using this just over and over in like Lava Lakes Railways back in SSA. We had all the downhill meandering paths. I would just spit these lava balls out and let them soften up the enemies, and then I'd come in with my lava lobs and clean house. But Magma Ball, it is his tertiary for 768. Press X to spit out magma balls, so that is very cool. This is where things get tough. Now, I tend to think that the better path is actually Volcaner, or Volcanor, or Volcanor, whatever you want to pronounce it as. The reason I say that, it makes the eruption attack practical because you can fire it off quicker, plus then it enhances it pretty crazy. Other reason I say that, on Magmaner, which I actually prefer, it's one of those weird things where I think Volcaner is better, but I still prefer Magmaner. It's just because I grow so accustomed to him, you know, not having that secondary attack, that I use the primary and the tertiary to compensate, and he's quite good if you are well versed in, you know, circumventing enemies with just your primaries and tertiary going. But it's kind of a deal where Magmaner, you don't really get that big of a damage boost. Where it pays off is simply, really the biggest payoff for me is that the lava balls bounce and they go farther, and that's the first thing you get. Factoring that in with the fact that this is, you know, Volcanic Eruptor, I feel like he's destined to take this path. Initially, I had planned to take him down Magmaner and make Lava Barf go this way. I just can't deviate too far from that. Plus, like I said, despite me preferring Magmaner for a personal playstyle, I still think what I determined from Giants is that Volcaner was like the more practical one. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and for those of you that want to see Magmaner, fear not, that's why we have regular Lava Barf sitting on my balance board from Wii Fit, and we're going to get him on the portal in a second. So we're going to take Volcaner, we will further develop Eruptor's eruption attacks. The good news is, if you hate what you've done, since this is Series 3s, we can switch paths, so that's one of the hidden gems there. Now, Quick Eruption 1088, this is truly, just like Heavy Duty Plasma to me is the highlight of that path, this is really the highlight of this path. It's not as cool, it's not as flashy, it doesn't do extra damage, but it basically makes the eruption instantaneous, and that's a big deal, especially when then you factor in the slight increases in damage. So, Quick Eruption for 1088, we'll grab that. This will be very noticeable by everyone. So, next up is Pyroximal Super Eruption for 1408. Eruption attack does increased damage. We're going to grab that. Nearly hit the B button there. Alright, so I'm going to back out of here so we can check these two out. And slowly but surely we'll meander our way over here. Now watch this though, before we get there. It used to, it was basically like you press A and there's a 2-second setup time. It's pretty much instant gratification now. There is a little bit of a lull just right at the very beginning, but I mean, it's basically he pulls his arms back and goes. So, much more efficient. That's actually what I'm going to put on Volcaner. Quick Eruption, I'm going to put almost instant eruption, because it's truly not instantaneous, but it's very, very close, and you've lost that lag time. Lag time wasn't huge, but it was enough to be an issue, and make you not use that attack near as often as you could or should. Now the thing is, we're doing increased damage. We were doing 16 to 24, and then it kind of depended on your proximity, how many times you did that, but now let's take a look at what we were doing. So 20 to 30, and that is pretty cool. So we're going to come in 20 to 30 right there, and of course everything else, that was still 10 to 15. Like so, and then 10 to 20. So, but you get a feel for it. I mean, it looks very, very cool, and like I said, it's fitting for Volcanic Eruptor. At least I think so. Up next, final upgrade down the Volcaner path is Revenge of Prometheus. This is what a lot of people will remember, where I tell you Quick Eruption's the highlight. Most people would say, no dude, it's this one, that one with the little volcanoes. And it is cool, and it's really neat, and it gives you an incredible range, radius I should say, but to me Quick Eruption's still cream of the crop and the main reason for taking the path. That said, Revenge of Prometheus 1920 Eruption causes small volcanoes to form shooting yet more lava balls. So we're gonna pick this up. I think you'll enjoy it. Now, his soul gem was super practical. Wasn't a character that got speed or armor or critical hit or anything like that. What he got was the ability to use his tertiary attack 3 times. And that's very, very important here. So 2560, shoot up to 3 magma balls at a time, and get this, they do extra damage. And this is probably his biggest jump in damage, if I remember correctly. I think we can get this. I have not seen this. This is my big draw here. Personal big draw is the new WoW pal. It's Lava Barf 2. Barf Eruptor. That sounds like a really cheesy 80s movie or something. Press X to release a magma ball, or magma balls, then hold X to eat them and immediately barf them back for extra damage. I assume you can do that one at a time or just go for all 3, but we'll pick it up and see what happens. And usually these Series 3s have been having like a aesthetic change when you get the WoW pal. I don't really see anything on him. I don't know if it's because he's volcanic or something. The back's not even changed. Anyway, we're going to check out what Revenge of Prometheus does. Okay, so there come the volcanoes, and we didn't get to see damage. Yeah, I was watching the wrong. I think they're doing 10 to 15, but that might also be. Yeah, I'm just gonna go 10 to 15, and I think there's 3 of them. So, 3 mini volcanoes, 10 to 15 damage. Alright, so now the magma balls, which was our final base upgrade, they do 35 to 53 damage, which was pretty, I'd say pretty salty. I mean, and I really enjoy the way that they're just simple. They kind of clear things out. You can use them to soften up enemies. Offset Eruptor not being the quickest guy on the field. Now, 35 to 53, you just saw correctly, that was a 55. There's another 55 and another 55. So, 55, half of that's going to be 27 and a half, which is 28, which will be 83. 55 to 83. And now the new WoW pal, apparently, let's see here. Press X and then hold X to eat them. So let's see if we can just do 1. Oh wow. Yes, you can just do 1. Let's check this thing out. This should be pretty cool. Bring that in. Wow. Lots of 50s, and we got the residual damage. Okay, that's cool. So that'll be 50 to 75, and then lava puddles will do 5 to 8. So I'm pretty happy with that WoW pal. Now, can you just hold X and do it? Yeah, basically he'll just inhale. I'm gonna try to count the number of lava balls. I got 5. So what I want to do now is see if we can get 15, and how would I think we could do that? Like this. I don't think that was 15, but it was more than 5. But it still would mean it's not proportional. Okay, I'm gonna try to count. I'm gonna try to count the lava puddles. 7 lava puddles, but I'll just leave it at this. I mean, it's gonna be multiple. You know what? I'll come down below it and put from multiple magma balls, I guess we should call it. So that, I think, is a pretty decent description of it. And again, that's Volcanic Eruptor fully upgraded down the Volcaner path. Which again, the big draw for me is just how quickly you can do that, and then you can be attacking while you're inside the volcano. It creates a firestorm, literally. And you think, man, you know, that doesn't do much for your primary. Still doing 30 to 45, and I'm going to show you why I prefer Volcaner. Not necessarily I don't prefer it personally, but I think it's the better path, which I know that's confusing, but bear with me here. So, Volcanic Eruptor's coming off. I'm going to spend a lot of time with him coming up in the arena challenges and solo survival, getting some stuff done for him. He's special. Springtime Trigger Happy, I've already done that with, just because it's hilarious. Oh, that said, this guy right here, Lava Barf Eruptor Series 3, he has got all the base upgrades and he's ready to pick a path. As promised, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take him down Magmaner. Further develop Eruptor's lava blobs and magma balls. So we'll select that. And we'll come in here. First one, right here, Heavy Duty Plasma. Again, as stated earlier, this to me is the cream of the crop down this path. It may not seem that way, it's not the flashiest, it doesn't do increased damage, but just like its counterpart Quick Eruption, it is 100% functional. You will appreciate it the minute you acquire it. So we're going to grab it for 1088. It'll be easy for you to see what that does when we check it out. Next one is Lava Blob Bomb. Lava blobs explode and damage nearby enemies. So we'll grab that for 1408. I may back out and actually see if we can see that. Anyway, check this out. I'm going to throw it over there. Again, I'm used to the Xbox controller now, so bear with me. You can see it's basically, I mean, almost doubling the distance, and that's a huge deal. It may not quite be double, but I mean, where the ball would stop at the first lava puddle, it's going beyond that, and then it leaves the residual fire at both points, which is another big thing. You can kind of see when it's hitting the enemies. Ooh, that was a perfect time. Yeah, I'm going to let a sheep go. There we go. Ah, missed it. Anyway, this is one of those ones I'll have to go into an arena to get exact numbers. I'll have it on the spreadsheet, fear not. But basically what it's meaning is it's got that explosive look to it. So if we were hitting, say, a Chompy, it would also then blow up and do damage to a Greeble. So, last one down this path, Beast of Conflagration. Conflagration, I believe. 1920, lava blobs do increased damage in the form of fiery beast. I was never a huge fan of this one. I would honestly prefer like a charged attack. Even maybe with these. I guess we'll get these, you know what they're like now. So, Soul Gem, Mega Magma Balls. Shoot up to 3 Magma Balls at a time to do extra damage. They're definitely a nice upgrade. Now get ready for this. Pay attention to him. I want to see if his appearance changes, because this is the WoW POW, and this is when it usually happens. So, Lava Barf 2, Barf Harder, you know the particulars. I don't think he's going to change. Well, he looks the same, doesn't he? I don't know, like, most of the characters have been, like, changing on us, you know? They're getting, like, these costumes or something going on. Now, I don't know if when he's running, if that's aesthetics or if that would actually damage enemies. But anyway, what you need to know, I'm going to go ahead on the spreadsheet. Heavy Duty Plasma. Lava Blobs. Bounce. And go farther. Lava Blob Bomb. I don't know. And then now, Beast of Conflagration. This is going to increase the damage. We were sitting at 30 to 45, I believe, from, what was it, the first base upgrade, I think. So now, check it out. 34. That's not a big increase. I know it's an increase, and then the critical would be 51. But the thing is, you have to look at it in perspective and then see what Volcaner was doing and just the baseline efficiency of being able to explode faster. And that to me is how I determine Volcaner is the better path, yet I still prefer Magmaner, which is in part because I basically spit the magma balls. I didn't do that again, I'm used to the Xbox controller. But spit the magma balls and then just kind of followed them downhill. And then when those are bouncing and doing the crazy damage, it's really, really functional. So kind of pick your poison, pick whichever path you prefer. I'll showcase him doing the Wow Pow with one lava ball real quick. It's pretty cool stuff. I mean, that's a useful one. Strategy Guide says that thing's hard to master. I don't think it is. And it really doesn't have to charge that long. They acted like it was some, 2-minute ordeal or something. So that's Lava Barf Eruptor and Volcanic Eruptor. I showcased both paths for you. We got damage numbers. I'm going to take these guys through some arena challenges, and we'll come back in and kind of have some numbers for the ones I don't. But take the link at the top of the video description box. It'll take you to my site, oneofwisdom.com, post dedicated to Lava Barf Eruptor. You will see this video that has highlights for both paths, and you'll have access to my exclusive spreadsheet which outlines damage numbers for each and every upgrade. I'll do that with all the characters, so if there's anyone in particular you're looking for, oneofwisdom.com, and search for it. That said, thanks for watching. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. I'm going to end this one, and we will be coming back with one of, still, one of the most popular Skylanders, Firebone Hot Dog, so stay tuned for that. But again, thanks for watching, and I will catch you back here as we continue our Swap Force upgrade session.